And we're back. Gonna do a quick vid because I don't have a lot of times. Yes, there we go. Very small win. We're good. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing well, having a wonderful day on this glorious, and I do mean glorious, freaking 22nd July 2026. Watch a couple movies, so we're doing good. Now what we're gonna do is we have to hurry because I have to enter the tournament, and I got a couple seconds, so we're gonna have to hurry. So let's freaking go. Okay, so now I don't have a lot of time. I gotta do thank you, surrender, thank you, good. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to go for Resistance Reborn. I'm gonna do this. Good. Surrender. I mean, we're okay. Don't get me wrong, we're good. I got 2 minutes and a half, which is not a lot. Okay, so you got voiceless. So this is a tire talk. The great thing is we don't need to do a intro because I have done an intro, and that's one of the last things that I ever done today. By the way, Speedster. Okay. Speedster, good. Okay, so now we have Frenchie, good. We have, okay, perfect. We had a mission that couldn't do, which was partaking in the tournament, which is just done. Perfect. So we have VODs, surrender, perfect. We do have enough quests. 2 minutes and a half. Are you kidding? No, 2 minutes, but still. Okay. So we did this. Gonna do merchant. You're gonna be okay. You got mission. Okay, so this is just diamonds, so that's not a big deal. We got this. Next we have everything. Surrender, please. Darling, you woo woo woo. Now put your loving hand now, baby. We also have our first retro. Our very first retro tournament, which is IV Retro. There you go. Save. And we got this. So 2 minutes and a half. I have to pay attention to 2 playthrough in peculiar, which is this and this. There you go, dude. We got everything. Let's make sure, double sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's nothing here. Perfect. So yeah, so there you go. Perfect. So we got this. Pretty happy. Before we continue, I have a small food review to do. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Guys, so doing well, having a wonderful day. We are doing a tournament of the tower, which is 11 playthrough, ladies and gentlemen. 11 playthrough, which is quite a lot. We need a little bit of a drink because it's a hot day outside. Yes, it is. We're gonna have the lovely Pepsi. This is diet and without coffee. So this, I'm not even sure how it's gonna taste. I'm not even sure. And ultimately speaking, I should do this video or I should do this taste test once I've tasted it. But I just want to applaud. Because you would say, okay, what is the point if it's diet? What is the point if it's without caffeine? Maybe you don't want to have that. Maybe you want to have no caffeine, but you still miss the taste of Pepsi. You know, you're taking away everything that makes Pepsi super interesting or Coca-Cola super interesting by taking away both caffeine, right? And a lot of people, they're going to choose real Pepsi over diet. But you're thinking about the demographic. And not a lot of people think about the demographic that is very real, very existent. People are caffeinated, not vulnerable, but sensitive. Let's shit out. Once again, to me, this is kind of pointless because I do like the sugar. I do like the, I really do like the sugar, and I really do like the caffeine inside. See, this is what it is. I want to have, and I'm gonna say something that's dumb, but I want to have palpitation. I'm sorry, we're playing the tower in the background. I want to have palpitation when I drink something, a soda. I want to be like, oh, this is not healthy, and this is healthy. Kind of defeat the purpose, but at the same time, if you are a person suffering from any of the thing that this prevents, this is the way of drinking Pepsi, and for that, I think it's a great idea. So shout out to the company for thinking about the underclass, a little more graphic. There you go, perfect. Okay, so now, sunset of the 22nd July 2026. It is not because right now it's 8 o'clock, and the sun is setting at 8:25, so it almost feels like it's already done, but it's not. Enjoy. Then I'm going to be pressing a couple more buttons, right? This is so cool. We're doing freaking so many tournaments. So this is humongous. This is insane. And honestly, dude, I'm at 11. Out of these, I got to be careful with 3. So we are going to be following. So this, by the way, this is a tower talk, if you didn't notice. This is a tower talk. This is something that we have a habit of doing. We're not changing things. Like I said, like I mentioned before, I woke up about 4 hours ago, 3 hours and a half ago. We did a intro. I don't need to do it. I could just dive in, enjoy the tournament, and it's gonna be fun. Now I am a bit cold, so I'm gonna get a. I am gonna get a hoodie. Oh, nice. There you go. And yes, Retro just died. Is that okay? 100%. This was my first tournament. The greatest thing with the first tournament is that no matter what happened, right? No matter what happened, you're gonna get your ultimate weapon. Your very first ultimate weapon. So this is kind of cool. So yes, it died, and yes, that sucks. But at the same time, am I missing out on much? No. By the way, Retro has been one of my favorite playthroughs so far because I was looking at, I'm so sorry. I was looking at Retro on YouTube, my own playthrough, and it just is fantastic. Tonight, not only are we doing a tower talk, tonight is a huge announcement. We are publishing every single tower talk I ever did. Every single tower. So everything that's private on the Project Vendetta Gaming channel will be published, which is kind of cool. Kind of really freaking cool. So I'm super excited. Oh, that feels amazing. It's clean, it's nice, it's warm. My father did good. There was a spot. There's no spot, so that's super nice. I'm very thankful for my father. Very thankful for my mom, because she's a gem too. I'm very lucky when it comes to my parents. I started complaining about it yesterday, but no. You're gonna see some case of an intro today. It's just because we just spent a couple more minutes. Well, it's just how can I put this? I like this. Okay, so I like to compartmentalize things. I like to do it by section. So when I do the intro, I'm doing the intro. When I'm doing tower talk, I'm doing tower talk, which is true. They're different videos. At the same time, when I make videos, I never do one. When I make videos, I do it by sections. So okay, I have an hour and a half here because of batteries, because of storage, whatever, what have you. I'm gonna focus on that, right? If I have a bit less, I have a bit less. But it's always in the sense of, okay, well, I'm doing this. For example, tonight, we're gonna be doing the tournament, right? Which is gonna be fun. But after that, I'm gonna be chilling with mobile game until like 3 in the morning. At 3 in the morning, what are we doing? No, I'm so sorry. Till 2 in the morning. Why 2? Because I talked about this before. This is intro more. I'm sorry, but yeah. I'm gonna be watching my favorite streamer, right? I'm not watching it, recording it, playing a mobile game. I'm gonna be streaming, and I'm gonna be back for sunrise. By the way, I know we did it once, but if you're watching VODs, something cool really happened. what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start uploading, or I'm gonna start recording, and I'll write VODs X. Well, I was trying to do plus, but I think I'm gonna do X stream. That way, you know when there's a stream and when there's no stream, right? Okay, cool. That's done. Let's go into the tower talk. There's two honorable mention here, and this is sort of me like kind of disconnecting, but this is kind of me still being in the very tower mentality. Sorry, that's the Pepsi. My apologies. My apologies. I'm not used to drinking Pepsi, so take a break. I don't know where my mom got these, but she got me these chicken breasts yesterday. They are phenomenal, like really freaking good. I need to ask her the brand. I'm gonna call her because I had a temper. Don't ask me why. I've got the new a new contract for the phone, and she chose it because she's like, hey, I'm gonna get a prize because she is over a certain age. Over to the age, they give you a special, and it's a great thing. But now they gave me like a temporary voicemail, and now I have to activate the one I have. So it's nuts. It's completely nuts. We have to do that tomorrow. What else? What else? That's it, I think. So, honorable mention. This is, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'm sorry. I had a blank state of mind. Honorable mention. It doesn't like disconnecting, but it's not, right? So with shield, with crown, and with sword, okay? With sword, it's been the case for a long ass time. Yes, I do check the labs. Yes, I do check what is done. Yes, I do check what needs to be done, okay? But at the same time, we're doing so much elite cell. And the cool thing with the tower is, yes, some labs are more important than the others, but it's all about increments. It's all about like collection. So even if there's a very useless labs, starting cash is a useless lab. Well, not really, because if you go on like a tier up or go to farm and you really above, for example, I usually farm in tier 11, and then you know what? Let's try 21, 22, 24. Well, it's good because with the starting cash, I'm going to be able to do some upgrades, which is important. Also, for crown and for sword, it's important because I got project founding with enough starting cash. You do start with max interest, so that's kind of good, but it's not the most important lab. So, we're having this later on. It's important. Every single lab will be done. And with the EDG, I have this huge problem where I'll start a lab, I don't finish it. Delicious. Right? So, also what I was saying is, just finish talking to you before you eat, because then you lose your track of mind. We are starting to do that with shield and sword. Example, yesterday I've had inner landmine rotation finish. Now, fun fact, inner landmine has 3 labs, okay? But technically 2. So you got, okay, holy shit, Frenchie died at 120, which is a record for Frenchie. It's not great, but it's not bad. And it does tell me that I have a lab that's not working, okay? We're still rocking with 2 labs, what the heck? What the hell? What the hell? Running with 2 labs with French est mort. On a quand même eu 120, fait que c'est un record. Puis c'est même très bon. French puis VODs ont le même problème, c'est que les deux ils ont juste 2 labos. Pourquoi c'est bon? Parce que quand tu vas avoir des cellules élites qui font accélération des labos, tu vas pouvoir être en mesure de dire, bon ben regarde, j'ai pas le choix. J'ai 2 choix. C'est quoi le plus intéressant? Ok, je focus là-dessus. Fait que même si j'ai juste 2, on va pouvoir finir des vitesses de labo super rapidement. When I said in French, because I was talking about Frenchie, so French is important. I cannot believe we still have only 2 labs with Frenchie, but it's sort of positive because when I get Elite Cell, it doesn't really matter what I'm doing as long as I'm getting like I have 2 choices. But this time is so ridiculous because I don't know why I've been stuck at 120 for like a month. I don't got labbed. One of them is lab speed. But I don't have the diamond. What I would need to do, I need to do like everything and retro, which is what? Which is almost done, guys. Sorry, I had a busy day. Merchant died, right? No. Copper, 117. Not bad. Not bad. Merchant already has ultimate weapon. Has 2, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, but it's from the milestone, it's from the week. It's from the event. So we got VODs that's still working, which is good. We got voice test. It's actually born in Speedster. I'm gonna go inside. I'm watching a movie. I'm gonna possibly be watching All Those Boys. It's summer. Let's touch grass. VODs died. Gold 125. Not bad. 15 more than last time. 15 waves, sorry. That's good. Sounds great, but it's good. So, like I was saying, for Sword, we had the same problem. We had Spotlight Coin, which maximize. So with Inner Landmine, which was I was talking about for Shield and Spotlight, the choices are less. What do you mean by less? Very good question. If you look at Death Wave, there's 5 labs. If you look at Swamp, there's 3 labs. When you look at Chrono Field is what? Cooldown, speed reduction, and I wish I had time to check. Everything is doing so well. It's still alive. I am not alone. It's with Shield. It's with Shield. Because why not? You see, we're gonna go with Inner. No, we're gonna go with Chrono. Yeah, Chrono. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is Chrono Field damage reduction, Chrono Field duration, Chrono Field range. And there's another one which is I didn't even see. There's 4 labs. It doesn't matter, there's 4 labs. When you look at Inner Landmine, there's 3, but there's only 2. 3 comes when you have the ultimate weapon plus, which is when you unlock all 9 of them. I don't remember if it was on Discord or on Reddit. They was talking about 10 weapons. A Fent weapon. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. So with Inner Landmine, I was like, okay, well, what do I do? Now I did see that my black hole wasn't finished, so I went with Black Hole Coin, and with Sword I went for Death Wave, right? Which is kind of the only way that can get some health without breaking the rules of. Okay, so technically speaking, there's no other way. The only other way is through module. What I'm talking about, the rules. So with the Sword, I kind of do labs for health, which takes away lifesteal, which takes away health regen, defense, absolute, right? Takes away everything that I can do for defensive. Can be a glass cannon. However, with Death Wave, I'm able to get a bit more health. Does it matter? No. But if I get 15 more wave per time, it's still 50 more wave, right? So with this one, with Sword, what I decided to do was like, okay, well, let's focus on Ultimate Weapon. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna do that for also for Crown. The Crown is special because Crown there's so many gold box, but I'm gonna do 5 different. So for example, 2 Ultimate Weapon, 2 attack, and 1 health, right? So with that, what we're gonna have is, okay, so 1 Ultimate Weapon finished. I'm gonna change it for another Ultimate Weapon. Another thing, everything in retro. I talked about how retro I liked it. I surprised myself watching the content, which is sort of weird because yes, I'll watch a playthrough, but if I was to watch a playthrough, it would be the tower. If it was to watch a tower, I would do something really cool. I would have it. I would have 1 tab open. This is how I watch a tower, or I would watch a tower. I would do 1 tab open with some music, badass music, Linkin Park, Today's Grace, something that divorced that. And what I would do after is everything died, by the way, and it died pretty good. It died at what? I didn't even check. I was talking. It died at 121, which is not bad. Not bad when you realize that the playthrough is a month and 2 weeks old. Month and a half. Started on the 15th, today is the 22nd. Which means that's 1 month and 1 week exactly. Which makes it so we started on a Wednesday. Which I don't think is true. I think we started on a Monday. I don't know. Like I was saying, what I would do is I would absolutely do the tower. I would put the tower as the screen. So again, with the tower, what's kind of cool is I think the people at Tech Tree, which is the company that makes the game, realized that. So what they did is they did a update where they added cinematic view. A cinematic view is when you're idle. You can just watch the game because the game is beautiful. So I would do something. I would be like on a call. I would be at work. I would stream. I would have on my screen, on my tablet, which is tablet is what? Which is tablets in English. My apologies. Lately, when I've been burping, it feels like it's gonna be puke, so it's not super pleasant. Not sure as to why. Maybe I'm sick. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's normal. Maybe you're not. Maybe there's a melody to have. If her name is Melody, behave, to have, behave, which is kind of cool. Same letter, different pronunciation. Phonetically sounding cool. So yeah, so like I was saying, I would absolutely do that. I would stream. I would have the tower playing in the background. I would have music. So you have visual simulation. You have audio simulation. And yeah, or if I was insane, I would do 2 things. I would do audiobook, watching the tower. My apologies. And I would do a podcast watching the tower. But I wouldn't watch the tower for itself. And by the way, I was talking, so you guys know that I'm in Discord. And I'm on Discord, and there's a content creator, right? And he's talking about how he's doing like cool like runs with stories. And I'm like, I love that idea. It's super cool. I'm not gonna say the name of the guy because what I have to say is a bit not really negative, but just I don't know, you know. If your run lasts for 12 hours, you have 12 hours of story, which if you do, that's fantastic. But do you have it every single day? No, I don't think so. Everything and retro are exactly that, which is cool. Everything and retro, I find myself playing more. I find myself wanting to watch more. So, for example, and this is what I'm trying to say. Right? I feel, what would I talk about the other guy? He does what he does. Fantastic. And shout out to him. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I apologize. That was rude. Or it wasn't. I don't know. I'm just... See, I was at work when I was working a lot more than now. I was listening to Kid Boga. And Kid Boga would do like 10 hours videos. That was my jam. But it was 10 hours of talking to his camera. So... how do you do that, right? Retro died. Retro is not doing good. It's not doing good, but it's doing good. So, how's it not doing good, but doing good? Well, it's still, I can get to 300. I cannot get far, because I constantly talk. And with retro, I want to do something different. I wanted to go, because technically speaking, with retro and with everything, that's what I'm going. Yeah, because we hold this. This is all fucked up now. So you have to do this, which is relaxing the lace, right, and make it kind of good. Is it better? Is it better? Is it good? No, it's better. As long as it's like a pointy freaking hat, we're good. You're good. Great joke in Scary Movie though. Great joke. When the guy was doing some rap battles, and that guy is he's a rapper too. And he plays as Eminem, and then he puts a hoodie, and it's a freaking pointed hoodie, and gets beat up. Phenomenal. There was also Kevin Hart that movie before he was Kevin Hart before he was Kevin Hart was still Kevin Hart, but it wasn't Kevin Hart, which is Kevin Hart. So yeah, see sideline. That's the energy. That's the coffee. No, there's no coffee in this shit. I made a video saying like this is kind of cool, but if you can't have coffee, have coffee. Have coffee. For the love of everything that's holy, have coffee. It would be so nice if it still smelled like caffeinated drink. It's not bad. My father used to tell me that dark soda, this is why I have to do an intro, otherwise I go crazy. I cannot talk about the tower just to begin with. I have to talk about something else. And you know what? Tired of talking, I talked about something else. Oh, I lied. There is some sunset. Not sunset before though, just saying. I get tired of talking and then I'm like, okay, well, now we can focus. The energy is out. Do tired talk. Everything is just good to watch. If I was to watch a playthrough, I would possibly go ahead with, I don't know, I would either go with Crown, because Crown has the most going on right now. It has the most going on. There's the most happening on the stream. I would possibly go for Shield also, because Shield, Shield is very unique. Shield, even though it's my third playthrough, is the only playthrough that has 3 black hole, let alone 2, is the only playthrough that the inner landmines are as good as they are, right? So yes, Shield is good to watch because it's so different. But if I was to watch something for entertainment purpose, just not for background, I would watch freaking everything. Why? Because everything has another game or has volume. But retro is cool because retro doesn't look that great. There's some retro music in the background, so it's kind of funny. Only problem with retro, which is a kind of a big problem, is that you kind of get addicted to that. You kind of get addicted to the pixelated effect. You kind of get addicted to the old school music, nostalgic sound. So then when you watch, it's the complete opposite. It's not middle. It's either the game is looking great or it's looking nostalgic. And that's a problem because I think it's one or the other. I think you prefer one, you prefer the other. You don't like the two of them. So with retro, I'm afraid that when I'm going to start watching retro, I'll be sort of, not necessarily addicted to it, but I'll be like, dude, this is the shit, you know? But, honorable mention for everything, we finished game speed on everything. Game speed is finished, which is great. That was fantastic. Merchant is doing well. Keep forgetting that Merchant is also new. So everything we changed what? We changed game speed. Everything I believe I have 3 labs. Why is everything so cool? Because I play it, I'm up for 14, 15 hours. I play it for 14, 15 hours. You know, so there's a lot more coin, there's a lot more of everything. We did max interest. Is max interest the best usage of my... Yes and no. Yes and no. Max interest is really good. Why? Because right now, this is one of the better ones. I have full free utility upgrade, which either need to increase my interest or my recovery amount, which plays for both. Recovery amount allows me to have more health. Having more health allows me to be further in the game. Be further in the game means that I'm making more, which increases my interest, or it increases interest, which allows me to buy more to stay longer in the game, which gives me more health. There you go. And retro does something super cool with retro. I came back to retro because it's just a visualization. Retro is one of the first playthroughs that I do, made be streaming, when it may be any game, where actually kind of realize just how different the first product is than the end product. So again, right now, this is what I was trying to say with Speedster. You look at the game right now. This is retro, by the way, which is not playing music. Okay, not a big deal. You see this? You see this, and let's take Speedster with my nuts. See this? Next to no difference, right? Next to no difference, right? Wrong. There's a huge one. Because both of these, when they're going to be uploaded, it's going to be completely different. Speedster, I find myself watching because it's going so fast. I'm going to show you a video that I did yesterday, which I hope will not break the recording. But if it does, it's not a big deal. 22 minutes, okay. Gotta make sure that everything and, resistance and voiceless are good. I'm going to show you a video that I did yesterday, which is great, which is great, which is great. And then you go, you're the man, you're a stan. This my hope, this my no, this my desperate toast. And now I see that you're troubling me. Okay, so we're gonna go into videos. I'm not sure if there's porn. X recorder. Okay, X recorder. I'm gonna go for edits, right? Which is yesterday. Edits. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I am so dumb. I'm going into edit X recorder folder. When I was edited with CapCut, there it is. There it is. And now you're asking me, what is the point, Ink? Well, the point is, you see the number of wave, right? You see how much is going, what is going on. You see the complete chaos going on. It's almost hypnotic. It's almost hypnotic. It's so nice. And it's just so cool to watch. Would I watch it for 12 hours? Possibly not, because I'm going to get a headache. But I would watch for sure. For sure. So, with these two, which is Speedster and Retro, there's a different feeling to it, which is more exciting as a content creator, because I believe making the video is fun. I believe if you edit the video is fun. But I'm going to put this. The end product is so easy to imagine that you kind of see yourself in the video. When I look at Retro, I don't see Retro. I see product of the YouTube, which is good. And that's it, right? So, honorable mention for Sword, for Shield, which is great. Everything we're playing a lot more. Retro, the problem with Retro is kind of focusing on that more, but last week we were focusing on Merchant, which is a great playthrough, but Merchant, who is the middle child, is our middle child. I love you, Merchant, but you're middle child, okay? If Retro didn't exist, I would talk about Merchant. If Merchant didn't exist, I would talk about everything. If everything didn't exist, I wouldn't talk about anything, because you look at Speedster, which is the last one before that, and they grow up so fast. You look at Frenchie and VODs. Frenchie and VODs are great concepts, and I do like that. I like the fact that you have all of the stream that you do. I love that concept. However, if I was to rethink it, did it needs to be, how can I put this? Creatively speaking, right? Everything Sword and Shield are boring. Yes, talking about my own content. Crown, Shield, and Sword are boring. Crown is everything. Sword is attack. Shield is defense. If you want a glass cannon playthrough, you have something. If you want a if you want a defensive playthrough, you got Shield. Crown, it's just I'm not gonna say a bunch of bullshit, but it's just great because there's literally how much time there is. It's 3 years, more than 3 years. Wow, more than 3 years. It's 3 years in a couple of days, in a couple of weeks maybe, at most. Okay, and you look at voiceless. Voiceless kind of cool. No commentary, which is great. You look at Resistance Reborn, the idea of a free playthrough. somebody bought me some stuff which completely destroyed the purse we had, but I didn't buy anything. I didn't pay anything. So that's okay, right? And again, with Resistance Reborn, which you have to be careful for, is going to free to play, okay? Which is one thing. But let's say I've been playing the game for 2-3 years, right? Well, here's a problem. All I need is one very ill-intent person, and what that ill-intent person is able to do is, after 3 years, buying a whatchamacallit, a product, and then this is no longer a free playthrough. And I don't think that's what happened. I think some person was very generous. Thank you. But could have happened in 3 years. So, am I okay with that fact? Yes, of course. The craziest theory is, I heard somebody say, oh, he gifted himself. Guys, please, come on. There's method to madness, right? Method to madness. I would have loved to give to myself, but no. Resistance Reborn, I was also broke. When you look at the timing. So, like, free to play, I wanted to say this, but it was more so, hey, we kind of need a playthrough where you're not able to buy stuff, which is what Resistance was. Then we did Speedster. Speedster was the very first creatively interesting thing that I did. Then with that we did Frenchie and VODs. VODs is cool. VODs is very cool because, how can I put this? VODs is very cool because I was playing the tower when I was streaming, right? In the background when I'm streaming. But what if I was playing the tower and the stream was in the background? I never did that before. So that's kind of cool. Frenchie is also cool because I'm French. I was looking to make more French content on the main channel and on the gaming channel. So this was kind of like an excuse, if you will, to make some French content. However, the problem with that is I will never do, well, I can, but I won't. I will never do, like, hey, one playthrough. I could, because it would be like one playthrough a day. So you talk about everything else and then you focus on one specific one. But then because I have 11, I would do one per week and a half, or per almost 2 weeks. So it would be, I cannot not focus on a playthrough for 2 weeks. Just not, well, it's not true. I can do it with Crown. I can do it with Crown, I can do it with Sword and with Shield. I can do it with those, but Frenchie, no. Frenchie, by the time that which is a year and a half, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, son. I will be able to do it, because by then I'll have 20 playthrough. The ultimate goal is what? I think it's memeable. I think it's very memeable. But the ultimate goal is to have a guild with only me. A guild with only me. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. But then again, I would have to kick people, or I would have to create a second guild. What I think I'm gonna do a second guild. Yeah. There's a person in my guild, Ippy. Ippy was smart enough to understand something. Whenever there's a person being kicked for not being active, a new playthrough of mine comes in. Yeah. We're at 11 playthroughs, I need 10 more. Because if you do the math, it's what? Dude, you gotta understand that Resistance, Voiceless, and Speedster are going well. Now, what I have to remember, what I have to realize is who died first. So who died first was, it was Merchant. No, it was Retro, it was Merchant, it was everything. Or it was Retro, everything, and Merchant. Oh no. The first to die was Frenchie. No, Retro, then Frenchie, then everything. Oh, it's complex. But yeah, you have to remember who died first. Because then what you do is you do by sequence. I know the usual weakest, I'm going to pay more attention to you when you die. On to the next one, when you die, on to the next one, and when you die, on to the next one. So if you do, it's 35 points per person. 35 points. 35 points. 35 points. See, I love the tower. That's my thing. I there's time where I don't like. There's time where I don't mind it out. It's just something that's part of. It's sort of like, hey, today we're eating cereal, and we've been eating the same cereal for like a year. So that's not. They're not bad, but they're not interesting. So 35. You do 700. 750, right? See, retro. I'm still in a position where if I don't play, I die. See, good. Fucking love this. I had a member talk 750. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. See, I love that. I'm gonna tell you what happened in the chat. Super cool. You do 750 divided by 35, which gives you 21 playthrough, but it's 22. It's 22 because it's 21 dot something. So that's 21 is not enough. You need 22 playthrough. And as long as I'm creative, I'm super creative. But when you look at I was planning to do a librarian, that's merchant. I was talking. What I'm finding is I'm kind of doing a lot of the playthroughs, thinking of others. We forgot to upload. Yeah, I've been really bad at uploading lately, guys. I've been really bad at uploading. Been really bad at uploading everything. So this is 459. Shit. See, so they're telling me that I don't have the search, but I do have some very big one. So 459. Let's make sure that these three don't die. 359. See, we lost 46 minutes of not uploading, but it's still 46 minutes. It adds up. Okay, good. So everything before Geltmere. Oh. What the Because the next thing that I have to do is day 281 is 7 hours. Everything good. This is Voiceless died. Voiceless died at 451, which is still really good. How do I know if it was Voiceless? You don't want to know. You want to know? Okay. Some of my screens are cracked. And you don't need to know what the playthrough is. You need to know what the crack are. You know which phone it is. And you know which phone is which playthrough. So they go by sort of a system of... I go through sort of a system of... kind of... How can I put this? I go through a system of understanding which one is broken to know which phone it is, to know which playthrough it is. By the way, 30, we got 44 gigs. So I'm telling you, we're having problem with the storage because it's always full. Now we're good with storage. It's been a couple of days since I've had, that's not true. Since I've had like a phone closed because the last time was Fortnite. Fortnite was when? Today is Wednesday. Fortnite was Monday the 20th. Yeah. Because it was an event for the soccer. That was 2 days ago. Yeah, so retro and okay, no, I'm so sorry. With the 22 playthroughs, yeah. I don't know what to do. I can do one more with AI. I can do one more following the guide. I can do one more if I learn other language. I can do... I can do what more? I don't know. You know what I mean? I can do Ivy Writer, which is writing books. But then this is very specified on playthrough, so really have to focus on this one. I can do... I can do Ivy Stats, which is gonna be well, that's actually a good idea. Ivy Stats is gonna be a playthrough where you can see my stats for YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, which is cool. You'd have a YouTube follower account, which is great. great. Yeah. But then, is it good enough for 12 hours? I don't know. Because what you would have to do is you would have to do like automatically. So, for example, you do studio, you would have your demographic, your audience, the comments, shit like that. So you'd have, you know. So is that feasible? I don't know. That's pretty much it. That's 14. Can I do more? I don't know. I can do IV family, which is communal. Can do my girlfriend, which would have inflation would be really funny, really freaking funny. Yeah, it could be cool. But then again, I'm at 16. Like there's no possible thing. Oh, I got a message. I think it was FetLife. Oh, Nia. I think so, Nia on FetLife. She's super cool too. She's really freaking cool. She's really cool. Not my type, but charming. Why not my type? Okay, so FetLife is it's a king friendly dating site. And Nia, which is fantastic, super cool person, likes it a bit rough, but Nia is skinny. I wouldn't, not skinny, like not anorexic, but skinny. And you're kind of afraid of breaking her, right? Wait a second. Okay, never mind. Oh my god, I thought everything was speedster. See, so it's more so the end result that is not my type. She's cool, but if I'm hesitant before we even start, put a starting. You know when you go to the amusement park, and there's a ride, and that ride is going really high, right? Really, really high. It goes like going as high as possible, and you got not vertigo, but you got a fear of heights. No matter how much fun it is, no matter how fulfilling you're gonna be feeling if you do it, you do have a fear of heights. That's a part of your being. That's part of who you are. So you cannot beat that. Resistance died at 517. That's actually pretty good. That is actually super good. Super good. Why? Because last week was at 450. So now I have to focus on voiceless, which is at 451. Voiceless and speedster are neck and neck. Voiceless is a bit stronger, but not that strong. Which sucks because voiceless is a whole 4 to 5 months before that. Older. Was created before, so it's older. So yeah. So there's just things that on a psychological level, on a emotional level, you're not cool with, and it's part of who you are. You can beat that mentality. You can beat that that fear or that being uncomfortable, but there's a reason why you're fearful, right? Somebody that's afraid of the kid, right? When he was a kid, he got bitten by a dog, right? Now, as an adult, he's afraid of dog, right? Therapeutically speaking, him not being afraid of dog is fantastic, but there's a clear fear as to why, right? And it's just so hard. You go from this is normal, you go from fearful, hesitant to joy, versus here, which is normal, and going only that step.